Hey, beautiful souls. Welcome back to Sip Tea with me. I'm your host, Lisa. I am so pumped that you're tuning in for today's episode. This is episode number 8. Yes, 8. And let me tell you, most podcasters never make it this far, but here I am, and I'm loving every minute of it. I'm recording from another incredible adventure in Australia where my soul is super lit up. This place feels like home, and I am most alive and connected here. Every new experience, every synchronicity just feeds my spirit, and I'm here in this moment because of all of you. So thank you for your continued support and for allowing me to come into your life with stories that inspire and remind us how vital connection and community are to our growth, our bliss, and living authentically. So grab a cuppa and settle in, because today we are talking about how the universe guides us through synchronicities and how trusting the flow opens up infinite possibilities for our lives. So let's dive in.
Welcome to Sip Tea with me. I'm your host, Lisa Schoenthal. Think of me as that fun and inspirational auntie or sister you always wish you'd had. This is a space where we hang out, brew up meaningful conversations about health, wealth, relationships, and travel, because life is too short not to live with purpose, passion, and abundance. If you're ready to chase your dreams, find your balance, and make a massive impact, you're at the right table. I'll be sharing real stories, life hacks, and epic wisdom to keep you mindful, energized, and connected. It's all about inspiring and empowering you. So grab your favorite cuppa as we spill the tea on how to create a life that's transformational, empowering, and authentically you, 100%. Let's drink to that and get started.
Welcome back to Sip Tea with me. I am beyond excited that you are here for this very special episode. Well, it is special to me because it's episode number 8. And guess what? There is a statistic that most people never make it past their 7th podcast. So this is a really big deal that we have gotten to 8 together. And I just really, again, want to thank you, because without you, the listeners, sharing your love and your support and your own stories and deciding to go on this journey with me, well, it'd be kind of pointless, right? So I just have to give all my gratitude to you for allowing me a place to spill out my creativity. So yes, this is the number 8, and this is a really meaningful number. I'm sure you heard of the infinity symbol, right? Well, the number 8 is just pretty much the infinity symbol, and it represents that. And what infinity is obviously the endless flow of energy, possibilities, and the way the universe consistently moves and shifts. It's always returning to its origin, just like a circle, but with a couple of little twists and turns. Now, I'm not just talking about the number 8 because it's in episode 8. I'm talking about it because it's the very number that inspired me to open today's conversation. I've been reflecting a lot on how everything in life connects, and how we start one way, sometimes go off course, and if we trust, we end up exactly where we need to be, even better and wiser for it. So let's dive into this infinity symbol. The infinity symbol isn't just a symbol. It's a reminder that life doesn't have a start or an end. There's always a flow. Things are constantly in motion. And when we trust the flow of life, we can experience synchronicity. That's when everything feels connected, like the universe is guiding us. You know exactly where you need to go. You probably had moments where things feel like they just click. Those little signs or moments that make you feel like you're in the right place at the right time, that the universe has conspired and that everything is going your way. Now, we all have expectations. We begin our journeys with clear ideas of how things should go, but then life throws us some curveballs and we go off course. And you know what? That's okay, because in fact, it's part of the process. And we often think we're headed somewhere specific, but by the end of the journey, we find ourselves back where we started, in the right place all along. The difference is we've grown, we've learned, and we've become better and wiser for it if we allow ourselves to just trust that journey. And this is exactly how life works, how synchronicity works. When we stay grounded, open, and calm, we can see the connections and opportunities around us that we may have missed in the rush of life. Here's the thing. For me, travel is one of the most profound ways that we can deepen our self-awareness and connect with the world around us. I have learned so much about myself through the people I've met and the places I've visited and the experiences I've had while traveling. It's never been a straightforward course. It always is kind of like that infinity symbol. Travel is more than just going from one place to another. It's a journey into you. It's a chance to break free from every day, to step into a new environment where the unknown becomes a mirror of your soul. It's about learning new perspectives, connecting with people from all walks of life, and seeing the world with fresh eyes. And that's exactly why I'm so passionate about creating retreats where you can step out of your routine, embrace new places, and experience the deep connection that comes from being in a supportive community. These retreats are not just about travel for me, they're about transformation, deepening connections to others, and to finding yourself and inspiring, empowering others, to opening up to the infinite possibilities that come when you trust that flow of life. I was planning this trip to Byron Bay a couple of weeks ago. There were lots of choices on where to go, but I am always remembering this place that I visited once before in my life. And I'm holding this dream that someday I live in Australia. And when I picture myself here, I picture myself on a farm near the beach near Byron Bay. So I have friends and family near Sydney. So I figured, of course, I would go and see them on my way to Byron Bay. And I just head up early. But here's where the synchronicity and magic began. Just as I was getting things in place for this trip, my friend in Sydney called me. She said, "Hey, I really think we should host a retreat in Thailand or Bali soon. What do you think?" This felt like a sign to me, a synchronicity. It was a gentle push from the universe telling me, you should fly to Sydney first for sure. Definitely do this before heading to Byron Bay. So I did, and things were lining up, and it felt destined. But then, on the Monday before I was supposed to leave on Wednesday, and this is the Monday before, something happened. I realized I'd made a mistake with my flight attendant schedule. I had vacation days, but I also had a scheduling error, which meant I had to work a trip on Wednesday, the day I was supposed to leave for Sydney. I was devastated at first. I put my head in my hands. I was staring at my schedule, and I actually started to cry. Normally, this would have sent me into frustration and stress. But this time I decided to handle it differently. I let a couple tears shed, and then I took a really huge deep breath and said, I trust. Instead of spiraling, I took a moment to shed that tear, but then I calmed myself. I accepted that I might have to skip the Sydney part of the trip. I tried to drop the trip. I hoped someone else would pick it up. I said a little mantra like, I'm the type of person who flies to Sydney on Wednesday. I'm the type of person whose trip gets picked up. But then something incredible happened. I decided to just pack my bag. I did it quickly. I got my food ready. I did it quickly. I normally don't do any of this quickly. I had it all ready to go. And I even had time to just take a walk on the beach and relax. As I was taking this walk, the girlfriend from Sydney who wanted to plan the retreat with me called me back after I told her I wasn't going to be able to come. And we were just chit-chatting, and we both said, okay, that's fine, no problem. We'll figure it out. We'll work around it. And she said, when is your next vacation so that we can start looking at dates for this retreat? I said May, but let me go online and make sure that I have the right dates. When I pulled up my vacation schedule, first my flight schedule came up. I know this is a little bit confusing, so just stick with me. When my flight schedule popped up, this is at like 5 p.m. in the afternoon before the night I'm supposed to fly the next morning. And someone had picked up my trip. This is really crazy because it was kind of, it was an okay trip, but it was really last minute and there were a lot of available trips and there was no way anyone was going to pick it up, but there it went. So guess what? I couldn't help but laugh because, of course, everything was aligning just like that. So of course it did. This happened because I stayed calm. It happened because I looked for solutions. It happened because I released the negative energy. I was open, grounded, and trusting. And in return, the universe opened the door for me. Really, we've talked about frequency. We've talked about energy a bunch of times now in these podcasts. And I'm just going to say it again. I have been known to be emotionally charged in situations like this. And we all can be emotionally charged when we want something and it doesn't work out and we had an expectation and it isn't met. But because I stayed calm and found solutions and accepted and even had a little bit of gratitude for my flight attending job, because without it, right, I wouldn't be flying to Australia all the time. So I'd love to help you find the same ease and flow. So how about you grab a journal, fill your cuppa, and let's reflect and take action so that we can transform together. All right, you know it. I've got some journal prompts for you. The first one is, what moment in your life can you look back and see you were exactly where you needed to be, even though it didn't feel like it at the time? What moment in your life can you look back and see that you were exactly where you needed to be, even though you didn't feel like it at the time? The affirmation is, I trust the process of life and recognize that everything unfolds for my highest good. Number 2, think about a time when you went off course. How did you come back to where you needed to be, wiser and stronger? The affirmation is, I am open to the lessons life brings and trust that every detour leads me to where I need to be. So again, number 2, think about a time when you went off course. How did you come back to where you needed to be, wiser and stronger? Affirming, I am open to the lessons life brings and trust that every detour leads me to where I need to be. Number 3, in what areas of your life could you benefit from staying calm, releasing negative energy, and trusting that things will work out? In what areas of your life could you benefit from staying calm, releasing negative energy, and trusting that things will work out? The affirmation, I stay grounded and trust the flow of life, knowing that I am supported by the universe. Number 4, how can you begin to notice the synchronicities around you in your everyday life? What signs have you missed in the past? How can you begin to notice the synchronicities around you in your life? What signs have you missed in the past? The affirmation, I am in tune with the flow of life and see the signs that guide me towards my next steps. It's a big deal because as we notice the synchronicities that are actually happening in our life, they will happen more. So really pay attention. And then if you want to go next level, when you find the synchronicities, you feel the synchronicities, you see the synchronicities, you'll have gratitude for those. You'll thank them. You'll be like, oh, that's so sweet. I really appreciate you. Keep them coming. Okay, so really throw that gratitude out there. All right. So my friends, I hope you are feeling empowered. And remember this, when you trust the flow of life and stay grounded, you create space for infinite possibilities. Synchronicities are the universe's way of telling you you're exactly where you're supposed to be. And even if you think you're off course, you're still okay. It's all part of the journey. And the journey, it's just like the number 8, it's infinite. As we wrap up today's episode, I want to remind you how powerful travel can be in your own journey. If you're ready to embrace the flow, trust the process, and open yourself up to transformation, I would love for you to join me on one of my upcoming retreats. It's about more than a vacation. It's about deepening your connection to yourself and to a community that will support you as you grow. I would love to share this experience with you to guide you to that place of trust and transformation. So if you're ready to step into your flow, embrace all that's waiting for you, let's make that happen. Make sure you head over to my website and sign up for our tribe email list. Catch me on socials. Feel free to DM me anytime. All the info is in the show notes as well as the journal prompts. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in today to Sip Tea with me. I hope this episode helped you to feel more in tune with the flow of life and reminded you of the magic of synchronicity. Remember, life is infinite. Until next time, grab a cuppa, stay grounded, and remember to keep transforming, empowering, and finding authenticity every moment of every day. Take care, everyone, and see you next week.
Thanks so much for listening and following Sip Tea with me. It's so important that you embrace your passion and purpose so that you can have a massive impact and take necessary action to change the world. This time with you means so much to me because it allows me to honor and serve my life purpose of inspiring, empowering, and awakening the hearts and minds of you, the next gen, because you are our future. Remember, I'm here to help. I see you. I believe in your ability to make the world a better place. Make sure you hit that follow button, invite a friend, and tune in again next week, fam, as we continue to transform, evolve, and awaken authenticity together. Until then, much love from Auntie Lise.